Hello from David, or Day Day, from Portsmouth, England, and welcome to my story about the scar on my tummy. I've just been watching some film on YouTube about a lady in the US who had a tummy tuck, and it ended up with terrible scarring on her body and on her bikini line, and her belly button or navel has gone from being an innie to being an outie, and she's very upset with the way the operation has gone wrong, and it's left her with terrible scarring all over her stomach. It looks really sad on the film when you see this. Well, I'm in the same situation because I now have a lovely scar on my tummy which is so unsightly, and luckily my navel is still there because I stopped them cutting into it. I actually asked them not to cut through it. They stopped about an inch above it, but I'll show you in a minute a wonderful scarring and my actual navel which is still there, and I'll tell you a bit about that as well. Anyway, last year in 2010 I had a hernia operation in July, and it was botched up. The surgeon actually showed my stomach into the stomach wall, and a week later, me being sick and couldn't keep any food down, I had an operation to correct it, and now I have a beautiful scar on my belly. And I was told a few weeks ago by a surgeon I could have had keyhole surgery, and what did they do in the keyhole surgery, folks? They cut me clean open and left a beautiful scar on my belly which is now still there. I'm trying to get rid of it with bio oil, but it's taking a long time and it is so ugly. I'll show it to you, and I'll show you the rest of my tummy as well, and how they have left this beautiful scar as a trophy to their botched operations at the hospital near where I live in Portsmouth. I'm very sad about it actually, because I never wanted a scar like this, and if I know they're going to offer keyhole surgery, I should have had it. You know, next time I have an operation, I'm going to go to the local hospital near here, which is a private one, and have it done there. Well, at least I know the operations will be done properly, and I won't end up with any ugly scarring that I've got. So, don't be squeamish, because here is my tummy scar. Don't get upset when you see this. It's still very sore and red, and it's really making me very sad. I love my abs, and I never would have believed I'd end up at the age of 53 with a beautiful scar to show as a trophy from mucked up operations in a general hospital. So, here we go. Here is my stomach scar. There it is. There it is, the beautiful scar on my tummy. Well, just down here, unscathed, is my navel. My navel luckily escaped, and there's the hole. That's about an inch deep. That's quite a deep innie. There it is. It's oval shaped, and it's a deep one. The majority of navels are innies, and I have an innie, and there it is. And as you can see from the scarring, it's unscathed. They missed it by about an inch. I'm very lucky I've still got it. I actually had to stop them cutting into me there. But look at that. Isn't that a beautiful scar I've got on my belly? Isn't it lovely? Lovely, lovely scar caused by a surgeon who botched it up. Do you know what? I was so ill, I was on morphine, I was really sick, and I was ill for days, and I haven't really recovered fully until about now. It's taken me quite a while to get used to having the scar, and I'm trying to get it to fade, and I'm still very sad that they almost cut my stomach through. I luckily had to stop them. So I'm not alone in this quest. I know there are many people around us who've had terrible operations for tummy tucks and other things, and left with multiple scarring all over their tummy. It means you can't go onto a beach to show yourself off, because some people get upset by seeing someone with immense scarring on their stomach and on their abdomen. It's very sad to see, but this is because of the hospital having mucked up the operations that I went to have last year, and I was very ill between the two of them, and luckily now I've fully recovered. But I don't wish to return to that hospital. I'd rather go to a private one nearby. And this is because after my breakdown I was trying to diet again, which I'm back on today, trying to lose 2.5 stones. So I end up with this beautiful scar on my belly. Down here is a lovely little hole which is called a navel, and it's unscathed. There's the hole in my tummy. There's my navel here. Look, this little hole. Put my finger in it. My finger would disappear. That's about an inch deep. Finger disappearing into it. And luckily it's still there. And there's the lovely little hole in my belly. So I've still got my hole in my belly. I haven't lost it, but I've got this lovely scar on my tummy caused by a botched up operation, and the fact that instead of giving me keyhole surgery in 2010, they actually cut me open with a scalpel. I'm still very upset, and I hate the scar. It's so ugly. It spoilt my tummy, it spoilt the skin on my belly completely. But luckily the hole in my belly, my navel, is still there, and as you can see it's still an innie, and I actually stopped them cutting through it. They would have cut through it and left me wonderful scarring. I have friends who've had operations, and one in particular is a priest called Roland Wart, and he's a local priest here in Portsmouth. He's a military priest, and he had an operation, and they cut right through his belly and left him with immense scarring. And I've seen it, and it looked really awful. Luckily I've got this wonderful scar, but my navel, there's the hole in my belly there. There's my belly, there's my navel hole. It hasn't been touched. I'm very lucky I've still got it. But no thanks to a hospital who mucked up the operation in 2010. I'm very sad. I don't like the scar, it's unsightly, but I will go on treating it with bioil oil and losing my weight, so eventually it will fade. I hope you're not offended by the scar. If you feel sorry for me, you want to make any comments about what it looks like, please write onto my site on YouTube. Well, that's all for me for the moment. As I said, I'll return soon with more updates, and I'll show you my scar again when it has healed properly, and I'm hoping it will fade soon, so I won't have this red scar on my belly anymore to show to the world. It's absolutely ugly, and I hate it, and it's upsetting me. I don't want to get depressed, but when you have a hospital that mucks people up and spoils their tummy and their look, well then you know. Anyway everybody, thanks for listening to me, best wishes, and Day will see you soon with more updates. Once again, showing my navel, there's the hole in my belly, there's my little navel hole, and there's a lovely scar. There we go. So it's bye for now from Day.